What is an addiction people might not realize they have? Phone addiction. Yeah, no, I'm fully aware, I just haven't found a suitable replacement. I found masturbation soothed my phone addiction, until I combined them. Now I'm in trouble. Does it not chaff the old fella? Nah. The phone is fine. Misery. Drama. The spikes become normal to the brain, so those in toxic relationships, for example, crave those dysfunctional patterns that they crave the rush of the fights and the drama. They pull it from around them without even noticing it. Misery loves company is not just a saying. It's science. My husband actually broke me of this. My whole life all my parents did was yell/fight for one reason or another. And something was always happening, usually bad. To be fair, a good chunk of that was not in anyone's control, but it sucked. So even though I tried not to, apparently I make problems out of absolutely nothing. And I did it a lot, and legit never intentionally. For a while, every time I would start he'd tell me and would make me stop and pause for a minute before continuing. He was never mean about it, though sometimes rightfully very annoyed, and initially it made me upset because I felt like I was always doing something wrong. But after a while, it just stopped. Every now and again I get really stressed out about the dumbest shit, but since being medicated it's very rare. Stress. I'm convinced some people create stress in their life BC they are addicted to it. It comes from childhood trauma. I literally can't function if I'm not under pressure or have something to prove. If people like me, I sabotage it. If I'm having a relaxed day, I'll try and find reasons to stress out. I'll create drama from nothing. That's what happens with you live in fear your whole childhood. I'm 33 now. Shopping is a big one. I work with people who struggle financially but keep getting Amazon packages delivered to their door. All I hear from them is, "Oh, that's my Ring doorbell, my Amazon package has arrived." Guilty, but only because I can't afford transportation, so everything I buy comes from delivery. Groceries, pet supplies, clothing, heck even my prescription medicine comes from Amazon Pharmacy. Some of us can't afford a way to get to the store, lol. I would say public transport, but America is so shit with that stuff, especially in more rural places. Anger. I think addiction to anger is the primary force being weaponized against our entire culture right now. Cruelty as well. We not only want to get angry, but then we want to punish. Humans are so gross. Sugar addiction. Yeah, but Tim Tams. I haven't had Tim Tams in forever. Might arrange a day trip to the city and go to the international food corner of the giant marketplace and grab a pack. I had to cut sugar down to nearly nothing, and it is so hard to buy products that aren't full of the stuff. I've taken to preparing my own food and it has made a huge difference. Caffeine and sugar are two big ones. Mostly caffeine though. Millions of people in the US depend on coffee throughout their day. I'm not in the US, so I guess I'm in the clear. Correct. Only affects people in the US as coffee is our national drink/s. Damn, and here I was thinking that our national drink was the Kool-Aid. Doom scrolling. Doom scroll to find this comment. I did it so much during the pandemic and it took me a while to break myself out of it. I find myself getting hypnotized by YouTube shorts. I literally have to mentally break away from watching them. It's pretty crazy. Procrastination. It's so much easier to say, "Fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow." And then tomorrow comes and you still don't do it. Such a terrible habit. It definitely is. There's also that other side where instead of saying, "I'll do X tomorrow," you say to yourself, "It doesn't matter if do X today, one day won't make a difference. I'll stop doing X tomorrow," and I have struggled with that one for a while. Why not eat this entire pizza by myself today? I mean, I'm doing it once a week every last couple months, so it doesn't matter, I can quit next week. I had to realize that each step is just as important as the last one and next one so that I could stop sabotaging myself. Porn. Reddit hates hearing this. Reddit is built on porn, so I'm not surprised. I participate in a subreddit that talks about sex and sexuality. And whenever porn comes up, there is a segment of posters who discuss how porn is frequently sexist and racist, but then another segment of posters who absolutely do not want to hear about it. Basically, it's a case of, okay, sure, it's sometimes problematic, but it turns me on, so don't harsh my mellow, man. Alcohol. Many people are alcoholics and won't realize. Just because you don't get drunk every day doesn't mean you're not an alcoholic. I used to go back and forth wondering this when I was in my 20s. I don't really drink anymore because it always feels like an inconvenient time to maybe be hung over the next day. But I still can't just have 1 or 2 drinks at a gathering or with a meal. If someone offers me a drink, I have to explain it doesn't work that way. I can have no beers just fine, but if I have one, I'm gonna have to have 15 more. Green, you can say you smoke medicinally, but if anyone can't remember the last time they've seen you sober, either you've got a bigger problem than you think you're treating, or you're hiding from something you desperately need to face. The outright denial that comes with it too. Nah, weed isn't addictive. Sure. Yeah, weed isn't addictive at all, I can stop any time and I just like how it makes me feel, some guy who has been stoning every day for months or years. Yeah, now let's talk about the insomnia, irritability, and decreased appetite when a chronic smoker attempts to quit. These are withdrawal symptoms. If the thing isn't physically addictive, why is there any withdrawal? Just because it won't send the quitter to a hospital bed like alcohol could while quitting doesn't mean it's not physically and mentally addicting. Addiction to other people's lives. We're constantly flooded with media on people we don't even know/never met. Yet, we invest so much time interacting with them and having a false sense of reality, seeing only what they show. Humans are so much more complex than the image that's presented to us online. We should look around our own reality before trying to make sense of a stranger's. How about when you get a rare chance to meet up with friends and realize that the main topic of conversation is other people? Daydreaming. I do it constantly and can't stop. It literally takes up hours out of my day. It's so difficult to live in the present. I've been doing mindfulness meditation for over a month and I'm seeing slightly positive changes, but for now I'm still very much living in the past and future. Workout addiction. This, and bigorexia, is becoming so common too. Like it's become normal for guys to attempt to look like Marvel superheroes. If Kumail Nanjiani can do it. And it's so common for people who go through it to try and convince other people to as well. People like Sam Sulek on TikTok telling young, impressionable teens that, if you aren't over 200 pounds you should bulk. If a 110 pounds 13-year-old kid tries to slam on 90 pounds in a few months, he's gonna kill himself in the process. Doesn't help that these guys say you can achieve the Titan body naturally and then half their workout routine is pumping themselves full of steroids. Self-medicating. For me it was alcohol. Then when I had to stop it was tobacco. Then when I stopped that it was eating. I don't think I was addicted to one of those in particular, but with declining mental health I needed something/anything to make me numb. I abused alcohol, but I never necessarily needed alcohol, but I always needed something. That something is what I would say I needed. Abusing alcohol, tobacco, and Little Debbie's was always the symptom of the underlying illness. Either way I sliced the comfort cake, they all still, and equally, would lead to a downward spiral that can snowball anybody's life out of control. Long story short, self-medicating.